There's nothing untold anymore about me. You know it all now.
Yeah, but I know it, I know, but not everybody
So you want to
knows
hear
it.
it from my mouth?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you remember your first audition? How good or bad were you in that?
Actually, there was no audition, honestly. It was just like they wanted me to dress up like that character and click a few pictures and see if I look believable in that look. And that's about it. If they would have actually auditioned me, tried my acting skills and all, I would have failed, because I have failed in all possible auditions I've given in my life, even now.
Which auditions are you talking
All
about?
auditions I've given. Ad auditions also I've failed.
Like what had happened?
I remember there was an ad for a chocolate brand, and it was like after I'd done a few films. I was first of all very awkward to audition, not because I'm an actress and all, because in fact one of the casting director guys called me up and said, even this hero auditions, that hero also auditions, why are you saying no for? I said, listen, it's not because I have air about myself. I know I'm not going to pass it because I'm horrible in auditions. I can't act unless and until I don't have that ambience of the shot, and I have my co-actors. I have a director who's giving me directions, who's told me what the mood is supposed to be like.
No, but your co-star, Manmarzia co-star Vicky, had said that he had gone for a DO ad and he was literally asked to leave.
I remember,
Has something of that kind ever happened?
I remember for Satyapal, I had started modeling, and it was only photo shoot and all majorly, because in Delhi you don't have much of television commercials, you only have print ads there mostly. So I was there, and I remember I bunked my college and I went there for audition, because in the sense you were supposed to wear a sari and stand there and show how you can carry a sari. And I was just outright rejected because they said, no, you look too young to be carrying a sari, or you're not poised enough to be carrying a sari. Which, honestly speaking, I don't really disagree to. I agree. At that point, I probably had never worn a sari before that, and would have been a little weird in that sari, because sari needs a certain grace to be carried, and I probably didn't have that at that point.
But when you started off, you didn't know too many people in the industry.
I still don't know a lot of people in the industry.
But tell me something, did that ever affect the kind of roles that we are approaching? Did you ever get rejected randomly?
Yeah, you get rejected randomly.
In the beginning of your career?
Rejected in the sense they will not even consider you. Because you don't feature in the scheme of things, or scheme of, actresses who can make it, or female actors who can make it. You don't even feature in that list. So that's how you just get rejected, because people just feel, no, she's just a fluke, maybe 1 or 2 films fluke maximum, but no, she can't probably make it. Forget about directors or producers. I'm talking about agencies, who manage an actor. I was told by my agency at that point that there's no one who's interested to meet me. There's no potential in me. And nobody finds a potential in you to encourage a meeting with you also. So that was quite a shocker for me at that point, and when I was transitioning from South to Bollywood.
In South, you have done films, but women are not really treated.
Dal and chawal, I love brown rice. Obviously is something I can eat because it's vegan, and salads I love, I make my own. Buddha bowls are my absolute favorite, so a big bowl with lots of different kinds of like a salad, or maybe like a protein, it's like a very balanced bowl full of different kinds of vegetables and pulses and grains and things. So a Buddha bowl is one of the things I'll probably have for lunch or dinner. And for a snack, it's anything. And let me tell you, 3 times a week at least, I'll have vada pav. So that's like one of my fave things. I love Indian snacks like sev puri, bhel, vada pav. I'll try and get that in once at least. So, and I have lots of green tea in the middle. Oh gosh, the scariest thing is that I'm not particular about not eating before bed. I'm like one of those people who, even if I'm watching a show on Netflix, I'll be like, okay, wait, I'm just going to pause it, go make an iced latte, check out what's in the fridge. I think many people do that, but I'm like, I have to take that walk to the fridge and open it and check out what else is fun in there. So I will have a snack before sleeping. I'm not one of those who, will be like, okay, now it's 8, I'll not eat, but I sleep really late. So I'll snack at any time, basically. My favorite meal of the day is usually breakfast, because I think it's something I try myself to make. So it's a lot of fun. I put my music on and I like to cut my vegetables myself, because I feel like I'm, making my power breakfast and do a little prep for lunch. So my favorite meal would definitely have to be breakfast. Favorite cuisine is like all Indian stuff, because I like a lot of masaledar food. I like things that have a lot of punch to them. I like spicy food. So all sorts of Indian food is really my favorite. For me, I can't really follow a timing for workout because obviously I have a son, he's now 3.5, and running around him and his schedule is, he decides basically what time I do what. So whenever I really get the time in, I don't work out more than 4 or 5 times a week, and I'm not really a person who goes to the gym. I prefer yoga and slow Pilates. I like to do my meditation. I think that really centers me and keeps me fitter and also keeps my mind fit along with my body. So being a mom and being a person who's handling businesses and things like that, it's better for me to do yoga, and I think it really works. Definitely, as a mom, you are, any parent would know this, any mom, dad or family member, that it's a lot of work, even though it's the best job in the world, to have a child and be with them. It's a lot of work. So you have to keep yourself motivated to do other things. And also I feel somewhere children really get inspired when they see their parents, doing things out there, achieving things, inspiring them, inspiring others. So I always think about him as well when I'm working, because I think working parents who work and juggle having their children, taking care of them, it's also an inspiring thing for their children, because I think it's a generation of people who want to do a lot of things with their life, and that's how it should be. I think it's important to cheat on your diet at least once a week because otherwise you'll get so frustrated. For me, it's maybe a Sunday, or I'll pick any day if I'm feeling like really desperate to have maybe a sweet thing. Then we probably get our bakery to make it vegan because we own restaurants. But otherwise, there are many places that sell some options for
To be a ramp model, you should just do commercials and Bollywood. And Bollywood would be said to me like it's a bad thing. So it's also so many times that, oof, yaar, you're too pretty. Is it a bad thing? Amazing lady called Anila Anand, who used to run an agency, she would get me these print jobs and stuff. The Quality Walls ice cream ka print campaign kar liya. And this is great pocket money, I was really enjoying the financial independence it was giving. And I really wanted to work with him. And he was so rude to me. He made me feel so tiny,
yeah.
and so invisible. And I remember thinking to myself, I can't be that bad. No, he basically made me feel like I was just not good enough for the job that I was applying for, which was the opportunity to be a part of fashion shows. Then of course, after I won Miss India, I did many fashion shows with him. He was my fan after that. अपने घर से बाहर निकल के काम करना शुरू करते हैं, and you start working, especially in an industry where the gender balance on a film offered to our male counterparts.
True.
That didn't exist so much for us. We would have to wake up to our bed, get into hair and makeup, go through that whole paraphernalia, and then we would wait endlessly for our co-actors to sometimes even show up, and it was okay. Because they cared for each other deeply, they loved each other even. They just couldn't live together because they wanted different things from life. Sometimes that happens. Area of, I know this for a fact that even today, despite the fact that both my parents moved on and married other people, my stepfather, and I hate using the word stepfather because he may not have been my biological father, but he was an exemplary human being, an influence in my life. And he never treated me anything else but long as it took for her to. And my stepfather bearing witness to it with so much grace and love and kindness and generosity, because he valued the fact that my mother cared so deeply. It doesn't mean that, and it never meant that she loved him less.